Dealers, Lakeland University, Z-Bart, Cannon and Dunphy, Loyal Family Renovations, Tsunami Express Car Wash, Steamfitters Local 601, Big Fish Contracting, SVA, a professional services company, WeatherTight, Window Nation, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey. Riding with you every mile since 1977.
This one is way out there and gone.
There's no greater feeling than when your favorite baseball team hits a clutch home run. But wouldn't it be great if you could do that with your business? SVA Professional Services can help you do just that. We pride ourselves in providing measurable results for clients that span a multitude of industries in the service areas of accounting, tax, business consulting, and more. Get your own measurable results by visiting sva.com/home run. We'll see you at the park.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Attention, recently retired folks. A new adventure is waiting for you at Cobeson Buses. Many retirees are driving bus for a second career. Bring home an extra income and enjoy a flexible work schedule. Be a positive influence and help the kids in your community. Cobeson Buses has immediate openings. Starting wages just increased to its highest level. Visit Cobeson.com. That's KOBUSSEN.com for more information and to find a Cobeson terminal near you.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee at the Avenue. Here is your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
They can't all be games of the year. They can't all be this great. They're not going to lose again. What just happened? From down 8-1 to winning 10-8 and matching the 1987 Milwaukee Brewers with 13 wins in a row. How about it? What a Friday night in the Queen City. Brewers get the victory. The power of friendship rides on. Everybody did something today. And Bob Uecker reminded everybody he is right there in the front row. Let's get into the highlights as the Brewers turn in the comeback of the season.
Ready for this?
Out of here!
This?
Brought it back! Ho, ho, ho!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
Jacob Mizorowski returning from the injured list to make a scheduled shortened start. We'll get into that, don't worry, throughout this program. Going up against Nick Martinez. The bottom of the first started inauspiciously enough, in fact, with 2 outs. An infield single, a big Baltimore chop by Miguel Andujar kept the inning going after previously in that at-bat it should have been a called strike 3 to end the inning. Next batter, Gavin Lux hit a soft single into center to score a run. Then Austin Hayes would hit a single to center, but the new guy, Stuart Baroa, did his best Blake Perkins impression and got an out at the plate. That was big. 1-0 Reds after an inning of play, and just 3 pitches into the 4th, this game was tied.
As he's down to the count against Martinez, a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, fly ball, left field. This one's got some carry, way back and gone. We're tied. That ball got up and got out of here. And you can hear the Brewers fans that traveled all the way down to check out their Brew Crew. It's a home run for Yelich. The Brewers even the score.
I should say in the second inning there, and the reason for the Uecker call, because it's Players Weekend. Yelich using that awesome customized get up, get out of here, gone Bob Uecker bat he had designed for last year. But, well, it was tied 1-1 until it wasn't in the second.
1-2 pitch. Flare, right field, base hit. Another run scores to make it 8-1. And the Reds are going station to station in this second inning. A 7-run second inning so far, and still only one out. The last two hits, little dying quails into right.
Stuff happens, man. That's baseball, right? But the Brewers had time. And if you know anything about Great American Ballpark, you know it's the Coors Field of the Central Division. You're never really out of a game. And the Brewers avoided the shutdown inning in a big way in the third, entering the frame down 8-1. With one out, the Brewers got a couple of men aboard. And then with William Contreras beating out a failed double play ball, Christian Yelich would come to the plate and get some good luck again.
First offering to Yelich, and this is popped up back of third. It's going to be a tough play. De La Cruz going out into left, diving. He can't catch it. It kicks into foul territory. Lockridge will score. Contreras stops at third, and Yelich ends up at second base.
All right, you get one on the board. You're feeling pretty good. Next batter, Andrew Vaughn, making you feel even better.
For one. And a fly ball left center field. This one's well struck. It is back there. It is gone! Andrew Vaughn does it again! A 3-run blast for Vaughn, his 14th of the season, and just like that, Brewers bedlam strikes again. It is 8-5.
You would have been satisfied with that, right? All of this happening with 2 outs, but Caleb Durbin hits a single to keep the rally going again. But an E7 allowed him to get to second, which was huge because Bryce Terang battled for 8 pitches and drove in another run.
Martinez, the pitch, and a liner into right field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Terang. Durbin jogs around third. He will score. It's an RBI double for Bryce. It's an 8-6 ball game. This is what it's like to play the Brewers.
Perfectly said by Lane Grindle. The Brewers respond with a 5-run frame. Then in the 4th inning, the Brewers get right back to work with the offense with 1 out, an infield hit by Sal Frelick. Joey Ortiz would dump a single into right center. Maybe the biggest play of the game was a failed double play ball by Gavin Lux. Instead, everybody's safe. It would have ended the inning. It gives another chance for Yelich.
Suter brings home the pitch. Yelich, a ground ball inside the third base bag and into left field. Frelick is in. Rounding third is Ortiz. He will score. We are tied in the natty. It is 8-8. After a 2-run single from Christian Yelich, and he is a triple away from the cycle at Great American Ballpark.
You know what's cooler than the cycle? 2 homer games. Yelich wasn't done.
1-1. Fly ball left field. Back and gone again for Yelich. The Brewers lead it 9-8 in a game that should be played in the upside down. He's 4 for 4 and has driven in 5.
Unreal stuff from Yelich. The Brewers would add another run late on a wild pitch, and the bullpen was even better than the offense. They combined with D.L. Hall, with Nick Mears, with Aaron Ashby, Abner Uribe, Jared Koenig, and Trevor McGill to retire the final 23 batters of this contest.
Brewers fans on their feet in Cincinnati. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, first base. It's a fair ball. Vaughn has it. Flips to McGill. 13 in a row. The Brewers have tied the franchise record from down by a score of 8-1 after 2 innings. They scored 9 unanswered runs and beat the Reds 10-8. What a ball game in Cincinnati. And the pitching staff retires the final 23 batters that they faced. What else is part of this storybook for the Brewers this season?
The script is still being written. 9-game lead in the division, best record in baseball. It just continues. Wow, wow, wow. 855-616-1620 is the phone number. Again, 855-616-1620. Let's get into it with Jerry Augustine on the other side of the break on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Churio with a two-run blast.
That's the sound of August Brewers baseball in Milwaukee. Make the most of every remaining summer game day and get your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia problems, cognitive decline. It's their specialty. They're great at it. And they also offer early memory loss classes. They can help your loved one with locations throughout our state, many here in southeast Wisconsin. I've been in their facilities. They're top notch. It's kindness at the core. It's compassion and empathy at Azura. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Yeah, crank it up. 13 in a row. Come on now. Going for a franchise record tomorrow. Brewers Extra Innings all season long is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. If you're looking for a banking partner that truly understands your business needs, look no further than Fifth Third Bank. Got a local team right here in Milwaukee, and they know how to hit it out of the park every time. For 15 years, they've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making, and it'll all help your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. We're cranking up the Bruce Springsteen. The Brewers keep on winning. And Jerry Augustine, I'm out of ways to describe wins. I know I've said that at least 3 or 4 times to you about this winning streak and about what the Brewers have been doing. But they found another new way to win. We thought that 5-0 deficit on Sunday was impressive. The Brewers said, hold my Miller Lite, and here they are.
Yeah, this is beyond amazing. I don't even know how to describe it. I know that, over the years when we've gone to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, there have been some really wild, high-scoring games that have gone back and forth throughout the game and things like that. But something like this, the way the game started and down 8-1, and you say, well, maybe this is the night, and all of a sudden you look at it, it's 8-6. All of a sudden you look at D.L. Hall, who had struggled that inning, comes back and gets 8 in a row, and then the bullpen gets 23 in a row. This is just truly amazing what this team is accomplishing. They just go out and play. You asked at the end of the game, they interviewed Christian. He says, we really haven't accomplished anything yet. We just take things day to day, game to game, inning to inning, and we go out and we play hard. And that's exactly what they do. They just go out and play. And tonight is just unbelievable. I've seen a lot of different games at Great American Ballpark, but nothing like this.
With Yelich, because he's the story tonight, we'll talk about the bullpen too, I promise. But for Yelich, you remember last year and the back surgery and the excitement for Players Weekend, and everyone gets to have, they've been thinking about this stuff for a long time and all the customized stuff and the cleats and the bats and whatever. And it really burned Yelich last year that he didn't get to use the Bob Uecker bat in a game. Now, obviously, they were able to pose with photos together with him and show the bat off to Bob. In fact, Bob actually got to own one, and the family has it now too. But I know he was really looking forward to this day, to finally being able to use that Bob Uecker bat. And, man, you could tell that Bob was helping him out today. 2 homers, triple shy, once again against the Reds. And I talked about this on the show last night. We are underrating Christian Yelich's season because the captain is really delivering right now, and quite frankly, it helps to have a higher power helping you out as well.
Yeah, there's no question. I think he'll be using that bat the whole weekend. It was kind of interesting. They talked about it now. Jason Schlager, the equipment manager, talked to him and said, hey, just try it one time. So Christian goes up and tries it. What does he do? It's a home run. So, it's just he's just having one of those years right now. He's seen the ball very well, hitting the ball all fields. Today takes the ball the opposite way. He was 4 for 5, but the fifth at bat really was a productive bat of moving, going up there saying, hey, you know what I got to do? I got Contreras on second base. I got to get him over. Hits the ground ball second base, moves the runner over. It's the things that the way he's going about the game, understanding what he has to do. This is as good as I've seen him in several years, and taking the pitches he has to take and just swinging the bat the way he is. He's just one of those guys. When he swings the bat good, it seems like the whole team swings the bat good, and they follow him. But he's the true leader on this ball club. There's no question.
I said it last night. I'll say it again here tonight for the folks who missed that show. I mean, he is on pace. He's going to have a 30-homer, 100 RBI season. We're talking about a guy that could suddenly be in the top 5 in MVP voting when it's all shakes out. If he gets 30 and 100 and let's say 20-plus stolen bases, that's an MVP caliber production. And given all the questions about the back surgery and given, oh gosh, the first month and a half was really brutal, he stayed the course. He stayed stoic. And you're right. They haven't proven anything. He hasn't proven anything in their eyes. But all of us who get to react to all of this saying, holy cow, this is the best case scenario post-back surgery.
Yeah, last night I was listening to your show, and when you came out and said 30, 100, I was going, hey, Dom, hey, let's settle down a little bit. But it is so attainable from him. He's just swinging the bat very well. He's having great at-bats. The ball he hit off of Suter, I thought Suter made a great pitch on him. Stayed back on and just takes the ball right down the third baseline. He is just seeing the ball so well, and it's so fun to watch him when he's swinging the bat well because he doesn't go jumping around. He doesn't do all these fancy things. He just has that little smile on his face, and I'll tell you what, he's been smiling a lot lately because he's just swinging the bat so well and having good approaches at the plate, and he's the real bona fide leader on this ball club.
Yeah, it's been great. Let's get to the phone lines here before we go to break. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. Ron, back on the program from Iola. Ron, you're live here on Brewers Extra Innings.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I believe I may have been the first one that called it with Uecker Magic, and it's incredible. And before I forget, thank you, Pat Murphy, for you call such great lineups and all. Oh my God! But also, I think the Uecker bat, it ought to be a giveaway night for the kids. Small Uecker bats, and also have Uecker bats for sale for those of us that want to buy them as wonderful to commemorate what they're doing so far. And we have become the darlings of the baseball field, and we were even getting into the Wall Street Journal. Yeah. Wonderful stories that way. And anyway, God bless our team and the Irish Don there, our manager. Oh my God, that is so cool.
It's been fun, Ron.
Anyway,
It's been awesome. And let's get Rick Schlesinger on the phone. Let's make that a giveaway. Let's get in touch with the artist. Let's get everybody involved and make sure we make this happen. I appreciate the call, Ron. You were right about the euchre magic, and it's been really, really fun to watch all of that. Grayson, I see you on the line. I'll get to you on the other side of this break. We're up against it here. We got to talk a little bit about the pitching staff because holy cow, the good and the bad, both of it coming up on the other side of this break on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
And that's why you should never trust a raccoon wearing a necktie.
What are you doing, Arvid?
Telling Nicole a joke.
Here?
At Penny Mustard?
No, I mean here, next to the Theon dining room table.
What's wrong with that?
This is no laughing matter. The Theon table is proper, stoic, and no nonsense.
It has good table manners.
Come on, act with dignity.
The Theon brings something to the table.
Stop that.
And those Herald chairs are so friendly, they always have your back.
Can we please focus on the Theon table's American-made craftsmanship and solid wood construction?
You would not believe how sturdy this table is.
Be serious.
All right, Ben.
Let's table this discussion until later.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Come see the Theon table, paired with 6 Herald chairs, starting at $47.95 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Serious versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Well, if you need flagstone for your new natural patio, Erickson's is the place to find it. We have the largest selection and 15 styles to choose from. And for decorative stone, Erickson's is your best choice. Our decorative stone is trucked in from all over the country. We buy straight from the quarry and cut out the middleman to keep your prices nice and low. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. So he said to me, boy, oh boy, do you got the boulders. And I said, you betcha. And he said, do you mind if I cherry pick? And I said, feel free. They're all beautiful and they're all granite. Sparkling pinks, blues, and grays from 4 to 36 inches. And they're all priced right. Because we buy direct from the source nationwide to give you the look you want. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electric. You can keep your home running right with cider. And when you book a service call this month, you'll be entered to win a $250 home improvement gift card through their Fix It and Win It event. Head to cider.com, that's SEIDER.com, to book today. With Jerry Augustine, I'm Dom Cotroneo. Before we talk about the pitching, let's get back to the phone lines, 855-616-1620. Grayson from St. Louis, you're live here on Brewers Extra Innings.
Wow, I appreciate it, Dom. I mean, what a game, what a win streak that we're on now. So I have two questions, or I guess one statement, really. Because I feel like if Christian Yelich was a Cincinnati Red, he'd have probably double the RBIs and homers every single year. I feel like he tears up the Reds over there. And then also, going into this stretch of just a lot of games in a short amount of time, what could we expect to see with optionability of relievers? And because getting fresh arms up there, I'd have to imagine, will be a priority coming forward.
Yeah, it's a very good question, and that's something we can touch on here in this topic here, Augie. But when it comes to Yelich hitting as well as he does in Cincinnati, I mean, you know, maybe he wouldn't have happy because he wouldn't get to face Cincinnati pitching. You know, that's a big, important thing about this, too. So keep all that in mind. Appreciate the call, Grayson. And, man, Augie, when I look at this pitching staff, and today they got dealt a 7-2 offsuit in Texas Hold'em, and they're like, oof. They're getting ready to go 19 in a row. Miz goes an inning and a third. They knew it was going to be a short start for him anyway, but not this short. And then they're down 8-1 with DL Hall, who's supposed to be the bulk guy. He's suddenly getting, you know, dinks and little, you know, dying quails, and all of a sudden it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? They're not swinging and missing. For that moment in the dugout, it was captured on Apple TV Plus of him slamming his glove in the dugout, so frustrated that he couldn't get out of that inning clean. Like, that showed me something about DL Hall. That showed me something about this club that instantly the Brewers get right back into the game, and boom, snap your fingers. The Reds didn't have another base runner the rest of the game. DL had that release. He was pitching with emotion. He was pitching with energy. He made good on not doing the job there in the second inning, which, let's also be fair, that was an impossible job, bases loaded, 1 out. For DL to right the ship, set the tone for the Brewers in the rest of this game.
Yeah, kudos to DL. I tell you what, the way it was kind of unique. There was a time when they thought Bryce Farang was hurt, and all of a sudden Murph ran on the field. And when he went on the field and he's going over to talk to Trang, he said something to DL Hall, and he said it and he smiled. And then he went out to Trang, and I think he went out and said, "Hey, I'm really not wanting to talk to you. I know you're okay. I'm just out to talk to the pitcher when walking by here." But he said something both on the way out there and on the way back, and I think he just settled him down, and DL kind of got himself together. And yeah, he was a little upset after he came out of there. I think he thought he could come out and stop the hitting parade that they had. But after that, he was fantastic, locating the ball. It looked like when he first came in, he looked like he was catching too much of the plate, and they were chinking some balls here and hitting some balls all over the field. But after that first inning, he came back, and he just located the ball just fantastic by getting 8 guys in a row, just being able to use all his pitches, staying relaxed, going back on, being patient, slowing the game down, and he threw the ball very well.
He's not a guy that relies on swing and miss. Maybe some prognosticators predicted he would get more swing and miss than he's getting, but I'm realizing DL Hall's a crafty lefty, and he throws harder than maybe a crafty lefty, by definition would, Augie. But with his versatile skill set of being able to give you multiple innings, and then to Grayson's question here about optionality, this is where the Brewers are going to be facing a crossroads right now. Do they option DL Hall because they need to get a fresh arm into this bullpen? He has options remaining. Today they made the move to option Grant Anderson to help get more guys up here as well. But then you counter that with saying, well, do you option him and burn this last option year at risk of that if he spends more than 20 days in the minor leagues? Do you burn that last option year for Easton McGee or for Chad Patrick? Is that going to be, a scenario where is it worth it? And I don't think the Brewers would do that personally. But to follow him up with Aaron Ashby and Nick Mears coming in throwing dynamite strikes, because, the middle portion of this game was very much in the balance. It just felt like this game was far from over. And then for Mears and Ashby, specifically Ashby in the 6th inning, getting the top of the order against Friedel, Steer, and De La Cruz, that was the moment I finally realized, the Brewers are winning this game.
You look at the pitch at the count. DL threw 53 pitches. He's not going to be used for a couple of days. I don't think they'll send him down. I think a lot would have to do is see what happens tomorrow night with Priester and see how it goes. But you look at the other guys. You look at Mears had 11. Ashby had 18. Uribe had 11. Koenig had 11. And Miguel had 11. So these guys did not throw a lot of pitch, so they can come back to back. So I think they'll wait it out a little bit, see how it works out. They could still go down and get Grant Anderson to bring him back. But they are going to make some adjustments as you go along. But I think a lot of them, they'll wait to see what happens tomorrow and just see how much of the bullpen they have to use. If Priester goes out there and has a really quality game and able to take them into the 6th or 7th inning, it'll get the bullpen right back in order. And I think that would be the best thing that could happen for the Brewers right now. But coming this long streak that they have right now, there's definitely going to be some movement up and down and bringing in some pitchers because the bullpen is definitely going to be used.
The good news is you've got multiple guys that can go on a back-to-back if you need them tomorrow, like Mears, like Koenig, like Uribe, like McGill. I'm sure they want to stay away from Shelby for one more day after throwing 27 pitches on Wednesday, but I'm sure he would say he's available for a Saturday game. And then you've got Tobias as well. You've got him available, too, who didn't pitch. He threw only 28 pitches on Wednesday. So if Quinn Priester doesn't go long tomorrow, they've got enough if they hope that it all works out, but you never know. We didn't know about tonight either. But when I look at tonight's performances, too, another guy that we're just taking for granted is Trevor McGill, because I've said this over and over again about Brewers closers and Brewers fans. Brewers fans don't know what it's like to have a heart-pounding closer where it's like you don't know what's going to happen. And if somebody wants to be sly in the text line and say, oh, Devin Williams, like, come on. There were times with Devin that you're like, this game's over. So I'll read the line here for Trevor McGill. 29 saves, just 3 blown saves, 51 Ks in 42 innings pitched, just 3 homers allowed in those 42 innings with just 2 pitches. It's his best year of his career. He's going to blow by his career high in innings pitched. Trevor McGill continues to prove why he was an all-star.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Early in the season, it looked like he had some struggles. He couldn't get his breaking ball over consistently. His fastball was just a little bit sailing a little bit too much. And he changed his delivery a little bit, Dom. He kind of went a little bit more to the left side of the rubber, and he closed himself. If you saw him from the beginning of the year, he's put that left foot more closed than it was before. And what that did, it got him more going on a direct path to the plate. And ever since he's done that, he's really been able to really command the fastball, especially in on a right-hander, away from a lefty with a lot of good movement. He throws that ball in, it has a little bit of tail to a left-hand hitter or away from a right-hand hitter. But what it's really helped him do is staying back and going directly at the plate and having that good breaking ball. His breaking ball has been much more consistent over the last month and a half or two that he's been throwing, because he closed himself and he's got his delivery a little bit closed, a little bit of good at the balance point, and able to get that good release point on a consistent basis. It's really made a big difference. I think he's one of the best closers in all of baseball right now, because he's so consistent. He comes right at you, and he can get both pitches over the plate when he wants to.
And he's in the top 3 in saves in all of Major League Baseball, only back of Robert Suarez with San Diego and Carlos Estevez with Kansas City. I mean, he's going to finish with over 30 saves, and who knows if he can flirt with 40, but that's a lot of close games here in these final 41 games. I don't want to be in all close games here down the stretch, but you never know. We'll talk a little Miz and answer some of these texts on the other side of this break. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620 on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Hey, it's Vince Vitrano from Wisconsin's Morning News. It's baseball season, which means Brewers 360 is back every day at 8:40. Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Every day, all season long, we're joined exclusively by Brewers guests, including manager Pat Murphy and more. So Murphy, as we're wrapping up our interview.
Great talking. We really enjoyed it. Okay.
I was like, you did? Is he just in a good mood, or what'd y'all do to Murph?
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Blast.
That's the sound of August Brewers baseball in Milwaukee. Make the most of every remaining summer game day and get your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
It's time to buy or sell. We'll get to some of these questions over the text line. We'll talk a little Miz. Buying or selling is brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, trust Tony Wendorf and Associates, one of the top real estate teams in Wisconsin and part of First Weber Real Estate Services. They bring faith, family, and red carpet experience to every home deal. Let's step up to the plate together. WendorfTeam.firstweber.com. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Jerry Augustine, Miz had a clunker. He's had a couple clunkers. And quite frankly, there's a few things at play here. Obviously, the rust. The Brewers were debating whether or not they wanted a rehab outing out of him before this start. Easy to say, they should have given him a rehab outing. Can you give light on just, for Miz, we saw the velo was fine, but the command got out of sync quickly. Anything jump out to you about what went wrong in those 4 outs that he recorded today?
It's better to have him start. If they're going to put him on a 60-pitch limit, let him pitch it in the big leagues. Because every time he walks on the major league field, he's going to learn something about himself. Whether good or bad, he's going to learn something about himself as a major league pitcher. And that's what they want. They want to build a future. They want this guy to learn as much as he can, get out there and experience as much as he can this year. So at the end of the year, they can talk to him, break him down a little bit and say, here's where we're going to go from here to make you one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. So I like the idea of bringing him on. But today, what happened with him today, going out there, we talk a lot, when we talk about pitching, we talk a lot about the balance point and being in the balance point and getting your arm in a good position to extend to the plate and have a good, consistent release point. The problem that Miz had today, he was inconsistent with his release point. And that you could tell it right from the beginning. That means that what was happening, Dom, is that his body was moving towards the plate before his arm was getting in position to throw the ball. And the way he actually threw the ball, and he still got the ball to 100, he still made some good pitches. He had to almost like over-execute the pitch in order to get it to a good spot. And the way you tell that is when a guy throws the ball up and away as much as he did, especially to break a ball. Some of the fastballs that he threw were up and away to a right-hand hitter or up and away to a left-hand hitter. That means one thing, is that your body's too rushed before your arm is ready to throw the ball and get that good release point. That's exactly what happened to him tonight. But what's so good about tonight, now you can get him on a regular routine. You can have a good bullpen session with him. You can go over what he just did, get him in a good frame of mind, and he'll be ready to go the next outing. I think pitching him tonight was a good move by the Brewers. I think he learned something about himself tonight, and I think it'll pay dividends as you go along.
You know, so now the Brewers have a decision of, do they put him on the regular fifth day and have him pitch on Wednesday against the Cubs, or do they give him an extra day as he continues to build and go on Thursday against the Cubs? Now, remember, you get to call up a player for that doubleheader. So Freddie will start one of those games, and then probably the call-up, maybe a Chad Patrick, maybe somebody else would get the start for that other doubleheader game. But then the Brewers are going to be faced with a decision coming up where, all right, one of those games is going to be Woodruff probably on Tuesday. Then that Wednesday, Thursday is where it gets a little bit hairy next week against the Cubs. A couple of texts and questions here in this one. Do you think DL Hall was rushed to get ready, which is what explained what he went through in the second inning? Jeff from Elkhorn with that text. I mean, he probably knew he was going to get ready to go for Elly De La Cruz. I think, though, deep down he was hoping that, all right, well, I'm getting loose here with 3 batters away. Then the inning went the way it went. It's like, I got to get hot right now, and they did the stall tactic and everything. But, yeah, I think he got a little rushed. And then, quite frankly, you look at the underlying stuff in that inning, Augie, there wasn't anything really that hard hit off of Hall in the second.
Yeah, just it's one of those things where you put the ball in spots where they can get the bat and fight it off and hit the ball, get the ball. He made a couple mistakes. I think sometimes when you come in a game like that, when you're not sure of exactly when you're coming in, you're trying to get ready, you come in the game. It looked like tonight, that first inning, he got a little bit rushed with himself. It seemed like he was getting the ball and trying to go real quick, rather than when you saw him come out that second inning, he looked more relaxed. And I think a lot had to do, Bruce come back, score some runs, get him right back in the ball game. He went back out and he just slowed the game down. I think a lot of times guys, when they come out of that bullpen, if you feel like you're rushed or you got to go at it and do something real quick to help your ball club, sometimes you make more mistakes or you get rushed and you don't make the pitches that you want to make. And I think that first inning, he made a couple pitches in areas where I wish he probably thought, if I could get him back. That's why you saw him so upset with himself, because he was trying to make good pitches, but he was rushed so much that the pitch was leaking over the plate, or he got behind hitters, or he walked somebody. And I think when you come out and you rush yourself like that, that does happen. But after that, he came out that second inning, and you could tell right from the beginning he was throwing strikes. He went a 1-2-3 inning, and he was just throwing smooth, getting ahead of hitters, using all his pitches, and he was very effective.
Is there a performance tonight, Augie, from you? I'll leave you with this. That's not from Christian Yelich, it's not from a member of the bullpen that you wanted to point out tonight that maybe gets lost in the shuffle of tonight's game?
Boy, when I look at it, I thought Vaughnie. I think Vaughnie came up with a big hit there. He got a couple of hits there. I thought that the hitting that home run was huge. That got him right. That just changed the whole momentum of the ball game. And you look for different things. Maybe a guy doesn't. You don't think about it, but boy, when you're down by a couple runs, all of a sudden you got 2 guys on base, and a guy pops the ball out, and now you're within a couple runs of the game. That makes a big difference. So when he continues to come up and get some big hits for the Brewers, you make mistakes on him, and he puts the ball in play. He's really patient at the plate. But I thought Vaughnie's home run tonight was a huge hit for this ball club. Get them right back in the ball game.
Yeah, that was massive. I was going to point out Bryce Turang in a similar vein, that RBI double, to say that they weren't done in that third inning, and he had some good defense today as well. I thought Bryce had a very solid game, too. Augie, appreciate you stepping in here tonight. You brought a win. They've got some company there in 87, man, and maybe they finally get her done tomorrow.
Yeah, just remember, the game is never over until there's 27 outs when you play this Milwaukee Brewer team. It's unbelievable.
Yogi Berra, it ain't over till it's over. Appreciate you, Augie.
All right, take care.
All right, let's talk a little more about this roster. Let's talk about some injury updates. That's important. Up next on 620 WTMJ.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
The 2025 Metro Builders Association Parade of Homes presented by Nuns. See 12 new homes by MBA Builders in 2 Menominee Falls neighborhoods, Quietwood and Bella Vista Estates. See the latest new home designs, grand finishes, and cutting-edge features in convenient subdivision locations that offer exciting opportunities to build your dream home. Don't miss the Metro Builders Association Parade of Homes, August 9th through September 1st. For tickets and hours, visit mbaparadeofhomes.com today.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Let's get to our player of the game. It's brought to you by International Autos Group. Just like the game's MVP, you can drive into summer in style and save up to $10,000 on in-stock BMWs, Audis, Mercedes-Benz, and more. No tariffs, just huge savings. Visit IAMilwaukee.com. International Autos Group, where ordinary needs to be extraordinary. The feed on my X, whatever we're calling it, Twitter, 506 votes, and this was pretty close. 61% go to Christian Yelich, 37% goes to the bullpen. And then a couple of write-ins for all of the above. I feel bad for picking just one option. It's been said before. I don't know what there are words to describe what keeps happening over and over and over again. A few texts relate to that. Tom from South Dakota. Dom, I feel bad for you in a way. You have to go live on the air and find another new way to talk about how amazing this team is. I was texting actually my dad earlier today, and he's like, hey, new Milwaukee drinking game. Take a shot every time Dom opens the program with Game of the Year. And, well, you'd be on the floor here over these last month or so, given how many Game of the Year candidates. I can only fit 10 into the countdown. I'm out of room. I don't know what's going to be left on the cutting room floor at this point. Another one here as well. From Mark in California, I've loved this team since I was 6 years old. I'm 54. I've never seen anything like this season. It's like a dream. Is there any way we could start the playoffs now? Is there a petition we could sign? I tell you what. It's kind of crazy that the Brewers are going to be maybe the number 1 seed. Like, they're going to have they could have home field advantage throughout the playoffs and for the World Series potentially if they make it that far. Think about that sentence telling somebody in a time machine in May, after back-to-back shutouts against the Twins, stay the course. Stay the course. It's going to be worth it. Stay the course. You're like, what? No way. This team, what? No. Stay the course. It's a long season. Another text here from Jeff from Elkhorn. We were talking about DL Hall earlier. Got to give credit the front office for finding Brewer guys. Lockridge getting to third on the double and the bobble, scoring on the wild pitch is a perfect example of that. Then on the roster front, where do Hoskins and Bowers fit in when they're back? You can't replace Vaughn. Agreed entirely. And quite frankly, it sounds harsh, but the reality is someone's riding Pine. And the point of it being is, a lot of folks are complaining about the Brewers bench. Brewers need bench. Well, there's your bench. There's your lefty power bat, Jake Bowers. There's a backup first baseman. Both of them can play backup first base. Jake Bowers can be a break glass in case of emergency outfielder, where you can picture a postseason bench that features, Reese, Bowers, Perkins, Lockridge, assuming Perkins is on the bench because Churio is going to be into the lineup or Collins is going to be into the lineup. There are going to be hard decisions looming. Maybe somebody gets left off the playoff roster that we're not expecting, but we won't cross that bridge until September. But yes, those decisions are looming. This one from Reggie in Milwaukee. The vibes of this Brewers team are the polar opposite of the Cubs at the moment. The Brewers are never out of a game, and the Cubs keep finding ways to lose. I agree, Reggie. And you see the Cubs today. They lost 3-2 to the Pirates. PCA overslit second base trying to steal the bag. I mean, I don't blame him on that. He was the only bit of offense for the Cubs today, but their bullpen, again, man. I brought this stat up the other day to somebody I'm close to, and they couldn't believe it, and it's true. Craig Counsell has not won a playoff series since the 3-batter minimum rule was instituted. Think about that for a second. That's something to it. And I'll make another point here, and I'm talking this out, so don't hold me to this, but front offices love to make splashy managerial hires because it takes pressure off of front offices' backs. And Craig Counsell's a great manager. Terry Francona's a great manager. That's not what I'm trying to say here. But front offices sometimes think that a manager can shield them from criticism about roster construction. And you look at this Reds roster, this bullpen is atrocious. They did not add to their... In fact, they sold Taylor Rogers to the Pirates, who then flipped him to the Cubs. Do you think they saw that coming? That's a terrible move. They don't have a leverage lefty. The Brewers got to Maul. Suter's good, but he can't pitch 2 1/3 every night. So they're not out of it, obviously, by any stretch of the imagination because the Mets keep losing, but it's not just the manager. It has to be aligned. Ownership to front office, to manager, to clubhouse. And this Brewers team is so aligned. It is very impressive. It's the power of friendship, baby. Let's hear from Murph coming up on the other side of the break. Another victory, 13 in a row for the crew on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Networks, streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. But where did the concept originate? We may be biased, but we think these big wigs found their inspiration for plus at Hasseless Mattress. Hasseless showrooms are employee-free. Give your mattress a try with no pushy sales guy. Plus, our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Plus, unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup. Plus, free haul away and disposal of your old mattress. Plus, 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit. Plus, a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Plus, a ruggedly handsome spokesman with a smooth radio voice. Get all this, plus a whole lot more when you shop at Hasseless Mattress. Or maybe we should change our name to Hasseless Plus. Nah. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasseless.com.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs and Cindy Storm Fisher with Storm Fisher Investment Group. Are you a retiring professional? Worried about the direction of our economy? About making your money last? Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement. We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Osaic Advisory Services LLC. Osaic Advisory. Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory are separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, and services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Brian Balaga here for Surfside. Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win, Brewers win, Brewers win. Should I say it 13 times? I'm just kidding. Another fun one. Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Surfside, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside iced tea and vodka, Surfside lemonade and vodka. All paired perfectly with a day at the ballpark and stocked at American Family Field all season long. Here's our play of the game from Surfside.
1-1 pitch. Stevenson, flare, shallow right. Frelick coming on. Frelick dives. He caught it. Takes a hit away from Stevenson. 2 away in this bottom of the 5th inning.
I might need to poke at Sal and Murph if Murph was giving him any needling about being an unnecessary dive there. It was a nice play. Very nice play. But I sensed some animosity coming from Bryce Terang. Yeah, you didn't need to dive for that. But, hey, the Brewers got the win, so who cares? A happy manager. Also, listen to the end on this because a little bit of Bob Uecker at the end of this conversation. My thanks to Adam McCall of MLB.com sharing us along this audio because this is really good stuff here from Murph today.
41 games left. I'm not yet thinking about tomorrow, but no, I'm just proud of our guys. You know, that every time you get the opportunity to show character, every time you get the opportunity to show, like, there's a lot of game left, just keep going, one foot in front of the other, and just, you know, I think, you know, it's a team with baseball character. You know, we had 2 key guys out. Well, really, we got 5 key guys out, but we got 2 guys that have been hanging with us. We all know Churio's out, but to have Baroa and Lockridge show up and fill in, and, you know, it's just great, you know, that the other guys pick him up. And what can you say about Yelich? You know, he told me on the bench, straight up, it was 8-1. He said, "We're going to win this game." Now, how do you make that statement? He looked at me and goes, "We're going to win this game," and then it happened. You know, it's just like the guys believe, and they're a great group, and they play together. And they don't get too down when things don't go their way, and, you know, next man up mentality. You know, nobody in the team knows the Burrow kid. He came, threw a guy out at the plate first inning, and you know, Lockridge got 3 hits. Really, ever since Breckenridge has been here, you know, he doesn't know any different. He's like, this is how we play. Pitching staff, Miz, you know, wasn't ready, and his delivery wasn't great. The mound wasn't to his liking. He was emotional. He felt it. You know, that's part of him growing in the game and trying to learn how to get by, even though I don't feel right or I'm not in sync. D.L. Hall came in and you know, gave up some really tough fisted singles, and I mean, really almost uncanny to give up those runs, and then settled down and did a good job innings 4 and 5, and turned it over to the other guys. We used 5 other relievers after that, and 5, yeah, 6 total. 6 total. So, you know, that was just a great job by them. They were all locked in. You know, once we took that lead, they were locked. And, you know, credit. I mean, Vaughn again. You know, AAA, out of the AAA cooler. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden he's banging balls, and we come to expect it. Ortiz is still, you know, not punching out. He's, you know, battling. What can you say? Sal and Bryce every day give us something. But Yelich's performance tonight, Yelich, jeez.
To do it with the Uecker bat too, 2 homers, triple lifting cycle.
Get me started on that. Yeah, that's
how
special.
How do you even take in a moment like that?
Yeah, it's hard to even go there right now. I can't get there right this second, if you don't mind. But again, if we don't recognize that this team has put together this stretch that's, you know, it's the guys in there, man. You can give everybody else all the credit you want and pretend like it's this or that. It's those guys in there and the decisions they're making, and the way, you know, the way they're showing up to play every day, and it's important to them. They're not interested in just playing until August 20th. You know what I mean? They want to play they want to keep playing.
Do you have a decision to make on Miz, or is it back out there next time?
It's back out there. It'll be fine. He'll learn from it. This is maybe the best thing that could have happened is he pitches poorly and realizes he's got to, get in a groove a little bit, throw the ball where he wants to, and we get to come away with the win. And his team picked him up. And he needs to realize that his team picked him up. So now you do what you need to do, and he's in the middle of 4.
With the Uke bet, I know you said you didn't want to go there with thinking about Yelich today, but how often just do you, at the ballpark, does Uke come to your mind?
Oh yeah, I mean, his picture's all over my office. I'll text with Judy every once in a while. The stories, and every time you're in a visiting town, the other reporters or announcers come by and say hi and tell a story about Uke, and just knowing. When we talked the first day we talked this season, we talked about losses, and we mentioned Adames because he was such a part of the heartbeat of this team last year that won the division by 10 games, and then we talked about Devin Williams, who had been such a great reliever of the year for two years. And we talked about, but the biggest loss we have. We talked about the loss in Milwaukee versus the Mets when Alonso hit the homer. We talked about that, and we talked about it was devastating. But the loss of Uke and what that meant to the organization, to whatever, that we just have to convince ourselves he's with us, and that, and I think it's true, I think, heroes will be remembered and legends never die, and somehow it seems like, he's watching over us. I said he's not going to miss a game, so he definitely was here tonight. Yelich proved it.
No kidding. I mean, Yelich shared the photo with the reporters in the clubhouse where the mark, the trademark on the bat is. It's right on Robert Uecker. I mean, come on. Come on. Tell me you don't believe in ghosts, the baseball gods, a higher power. It's pretty cool, man. We're watching something Uecker magic here in Milwaukee. Let's wrap it up next, preview tomorrow, and give you a standings update on 620 WTMJ.
How do we keep our prices so low? That's easy. We've removed the middlemen. Yep, most landscape suppliers have a couple of them in there, and that's okay. But each one of those men in the middle means a higher cost for your mulch, decorative stone, flagstone, and boulders. Feel free to check around. For the quality of our products, you won't find better prices. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Most mulch is reclaimed from landfills, but Erickson's mulch is ground from whole trees. Yep, we process the mulch ourselves to keep the prices nice and low, and use only premium colorant so the beautiful look of new mulch lasts. At Erickson's, we never skimp, and that's why first-time shoppers become repeat customers. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Why settle for just a job when you can have a career in the exciting automobile industry? The Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee new car dealer members have service technicians, sales, administrative, and management positions available now. The first word in career is car, and one of the best places to find a great career opportunity is at an Adam member new car dealer.
For current great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com/jobs. That's ADAMM.com/jobs.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Last couple of questions, texts, comments as we wrap up here in a couple minutes. I recently got a Bob Uecker jersey to commemorate the legend as well as my upcoming 65th birthday this Sunday. Happy birthday. Hopefully this Milwaukee magic will continue to the playoffs. Go Brew Crew. And from Peggy, I'm getting goosebumps listening to Murph. I believe. People are going to tell you, and people who maybe haven't been following the Brewers as closely as you have all season long, who cares until October? Who cares till October? They're not wrong. But remind them that how many times have we been able to say the Brewers have the best record in August, since 82? The answer is 0. Okay, so enjoy this ride. Show up to the ballpark. Hope to hear you loud and proud. I will be at Wrigley Field, mind you, by the way. How about that road crowd in Cincinnati tonight? You could hear plenty of Let's Go Brewers chants. Maybe we'll hear some Let's Go Brewers at Wrigley. Now, that would be funny. That would be funny. But we will be there covering the series live here on WTMJ. It'll be really fun. We've got post-game shows Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Pre-game shows Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. And then Brewers Weekly Thursday night. We'll do that from here in the studio. So that's all on the way. Tomorrow, same time, same place. And if you're somebody who syncs your television, it's back on FanDuel tomorrow. So we are on the air at 5:05 for a 5:40 first pitch. Quinn Priester will get the ball for the Crew. Again, the Brewers trying to set a franchise record tomorrow for the most consecutive wins at number 14. They have tied the 1987 Brewers for that mark. He's going up against Zach Littell, one of their key trade deadline acquisitions. Littell's been pretty good as a red leg. Just 2 starts, but one of those was a clunker, but he has 11 strikeouts. Overall in the year, he has got a 3.60 ERA. And on the standings front, the Cubs lose again today. They fall 3-2 to the Pirates. The division lead is 9 games. 9 times. 9-game lead there here in the Central. In the wild card race, big one out west tonight. Dodgers, Padres, if you want to stay up late and watch a crazy game, that one is 2-1 Dodgers, top of the 6th inning. But as things stand right now, if the Dodgers hang on and win that game, they will be in the first wild card spot by a half game over the Cubs, who would slide to the second wild card spot. The Mets lost again today, which is good news for the Reds. The Mets and the Reds are only a half game apart. Those are the only 4 teams that are really going to be in contention here down the stretch. And mind you, the Brewers' last 3 games of the regular season at home against the Cincinnati Reds. It won't mean anything, hopefully, to the Brewers at that point. It'll probably mean something to the Reds then. That is going to do it for our program here tonight. What a win. What a win. Had to get a sneeze in there at the very end. We survived, though. Our producer has been Matt Yezel. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Man, what a win. Till next time, keep on swinging.
Get away with huge savings at Hyundai West Allis during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, where you can make your best deal and save an additional $500